Illuminating your resistance. Outlined in this section are a few of the most common mental objections you might find within yourself, and ways to regain perspective when this resistance arises. As you already know, these objections will mostly be unconscious at first. They are the reasons why sometimes when you ask a question or invite something new to flower, you don't feel anything in response, or you get overwhelmed and give up. An "I can't" statement is a mental objection or unconscious resistance to getting what you want, or to simply being yourself. There are millions of variations of "I can't" statements that are all essentially explanations as to why you can't have what you want or be yourself. No matter how stuck you feel, however, in any given situation, there is always a way through. Just remember what Albert Einstein said. You can't solve a problem from the same state of consciousness that created it. Look beyond your limited mind to the wisdom of the inner voice to illuminate the path. It is possible that most "I can't" statements have become so ingrained in your identity that it's difficult to tell them apart from who you really are anymore. There are probably some deeply ingrained "I can't" statements that are part of that person you refer to when you say "I." A place where you are just so used to being disconnected that you don't bother with it anymore. This remains true no matter how far you have come on your path. Focusing on the mental objections, however, is not the primary concern, but noticing them is important, as it allows you to distinguish them from your inner voice. What is of primary importance is to start identifying the feeling of "I can't" in your body. It will serve you to no end by helping you reposition your mind back to the feeling of what you desire and to have a relationship with it. When an "I can't" statement takes hold of your mind, no matter what the "why" is, your body reacts as well. You lose your physical and respiratory alignment, your body becomes tense, and your breathing shallows. You might even become depressed because you can't see a path to having what you want and because you are not allowed to be your authentic self. When you get distracted by an "I can't" statement, gently realign your body, deepen your breathing, and shift your mind back into a receptive and open state. In other words, enter an in-between moment by inviting spaciousness and timelessness in from your inner voice. When you do, focus on the feeling sense and allow your inner voice to naturally melt away your tension and mental objections. If you are interested in diving into more instances of why you can't and some specific suggestions of how to deal with them, an expanded list is included in the appendix. So that you have an idea of what these can look like in general, 3 examples are provided here. 1. I want, but I can't because. That's not how it is supposed to feel. When you have a specific expectation of what you are looking for, of what a desired experience is supposed to look like, you block the truth from coming forward. When you have a memory of how you experienced something at one point in the past, and you think it will be the same each time, you prevent yourself from receiving the most current and most medicinal version of what you are looking for. You prevent evolution and may feel bewildered, betrayed, frustrated, or hopeless. Suggestions. Invite yourself to become comfortable with the unknown. It is only from there that you will receive new perspectives. Invite your mind to become a blank slate. Open to your inner voice and ask, "Show me where I'm not willing to accept the gifts that are being offered to me. Help me open to the new and unknown so that I can truly open my intuition." Then sit silently and feel the answer in your body, first as a nonverbal experience, then wait for the answer to become images or words in your conscious mind. 2. I want, but I can't because. I don't want to change in this way. When you are particularly attached to a part of yourself, it is hard to let it go. Perhaps it protects you in some way. Perhaps at one point in your life it served a real purpose. Or you are simply unable to perceive a self without this component, and that scares you. Maybe admitting this part needs to change means admitting that you held a strong belief about something for a long period of time that was wrong, and it is hard to see that about yourself. You might feel afraid of change, annihilation, or of seeing your own shortcomings. Suggestions. Examine your unwillingness and the strength of your conviction. Do you really want a truthful answer to your query? Ask your inner voice. What habit am I attached to? What emotional pain am I numbing that I'm unwilling to change? How can I strengthen my willingness to learn? Ask to clearly and compassionately see the part of you that is still hiding. Let the answers come first in the feeling sense. 3. I want, but I can't because there are external circumstances that are insurmountable. I don't have enough cash, enough time, enough knowledge, enough supporters. What's most important to remember in this situation is that you only have a small fraction of the information about your current circumstances. You don't know who you are going to meet around the corner. You don't know what supporters will show up if you just let the world around you know the mission you are on. If you are not willing to see how your intuition is able to guide you to the external support that you need, you might feel lonely, abandoned, resentful, or depressed. Suggestions. Imagine you are walking a pathway in a maze to get to where you want to be, and you can't see around the next corner. But when you get to that corner, all you need do is ask your inner voice, where do I need to go right now to get to where I want to be? When you ask that question with an emphasis on right now, you will always receive guidance. It might be to get a cup of tea and take a break. It might be to get on a plane to Korea. Trust your inner voice like you are an investigator following clues, never really knowing where they are going to lead. Journaling prompt. Identify 3 primary I can't statements that are alive in you right now. What does it feel like in your body when they are in control of you? Take action. Look up your I can't statements in the appendix and apply the solutions. Describe your experience.